Okay, everyone, welcome back to Stacking the Deck. We took some time off, right? Typically we're like a week behind on this podcast, but where I post like the last week's episode on Friday and we record today, and then I post this a week later. But maybe to like help the time scale, the time continuum, I'll just post this tonight, right? That would be crazy. That would be big if true.
Time skip, dude.
Yeah.
Naruto grew up.
Yeah, like One Piece.
Yeah, that's right. We have Easton Evans here joining us from a remote location, offsite, black site location, in outside of Cuba,
in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah. Preparing
for the next Metazoo event.
Yeah, for the next one.
Oh God.
Man.
What we have on the docket for today? I mean, I'm feeling pumped about all things nerdy and anime related, because I went to DreamCon, and that was really cool. It was a really cool event.
Well, speak to that, because I don't really know a lot about it. So can you speak to that a little bit? Like, what is it about? Is it just an anime convention, or?
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know if y'all are privy or know about RDC World.
I do.
Yes. So, they have their own convention. Like, they have their own convention. And for those that don't know, I'm born and raised in Waco, but most of their members, like all but I do believe one or two of their core members are from Waco, like went to the same high school, the whole 9 yards. And so the first one they had was in Waco at like a civic center. It was the convention with like 500 people. Now it's like 37,000 and counting, and it's going up each year. They're in year 7. So it's got everything from trading card games to esports to cosplay, the whole 9. I even saw like some like Bandai sent some stuff down there for Dragon Ball TCG and a couple of their other IPs like My Hero and some other ones.
Okay, so they've really developed it out into like its own sort of thing, not just like an offshoot. Like it's a legitimate.
Oh, dude, yeah. It's like they book like huge artists too, right? Like I think Earth Gang,
Meg Thee Stallion. They got, I'm trying to think who else. They got the creator of Boondocks, Carl Jones. They got, they even work with like Disney. They actually, like the group themselves have a lot of good sponsorships in just individually. So it just is a natural synergy for them to get more people kind of aware about them. Because I think they're like one of the only groups that have like a Under Armour apparel, like, sponsorship or deal, and they got a couple other different things. So
yeah, I'm looking at the talent lineup, and that's pretty star.
Yeah, for what you would think would be like a nerd event, it just shows you like how nerd culture or whatever has like permeated.
Yeah, for sure.
It's weird. Like I don't know if you all caught any of like the streamer university with AMP and Casanat.
I caught some clips.
Man, all the young kids, I'm getting old now. All the youngins are into IRL streaming. Like it's them and their buddy. Their buddy is holding the camera and they're like streaming to their 3 people. I've never in my life heard W chat so much in my life.
Bro, W chat. L's in the chat, bro.
L's in the chat. It really took me to a place where I was like, okay, maybe I'm getting a little old. Like I still like hang with the kids and like it's cool to be around like good youthful energy. And but I felt like, dang, streaming university exploded I guess like the new medium, which kids are like participating in. Like I think for us, it probably was, maybe, I mean, Zoom and Google Meets were just getting popping. Like even having like a Zoom call with your friends talking about games, or even like Discord was like a different medium. But now people are using like IRL streaming as their new source.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy just to think of where all this stuff is headed to. Like it's clearly drawn the ire of like corporate interests. So like taking a step beyond like, hey, the feels good, right? Like, oh yeah, nerd culture is coming to whatever front, and I don't have to be closeted about it or whatever. The reality is that like there is heavy economic interests that look at this saying like, okay, the total addressable market for the people that like Pokemon is X amount. So if I put my brand adjacent to it at this event, then I'm going to get this many impressions, which would, ideally lead to this many sales, right? Like I think that's the formula.
Yeah. And And I think there's also just a crazy amount of intersectionality with anime and pop culture currently. Like you can have a football player who's like Jamal Williams, who plays for the Saints, who's like, I love Pokemon, I love anime. I also play sports, where what traditionally wasn't something that you could be in all of these different quadrants and speak to so many different potential, ideal customers.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even if you just want to boil it down, I mean, the word nerd isn't derogatory anymore, right?
Right.
Like, is nerd shit is just like some different shit that most people kind of know a little bit about, especially as the generation gets older and or younger and younger, right? We
Right.
know about this stuff, but now it's just so much more commonplace. So now everyone kind of knows about it. And it's kind of crazy, right? The stuff that we even grew up on is still being enjoyed by a younger generation. And you're like, yeah, back in my day, I watched that on Toonami.
Oh man.
At 4:30, I tuned into Dragon Ball Z. That was my after-school special.
Yeah.
I just watch it on Crunchyroll. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. I always loved the what was it, like the interstitials, you know what I'm talking about? The guy who talks like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, Tom. Okay, that was Tom, yeah. Well,
the dude in the spaceship.
Man, I love that.
Toonami had a good lineup. It was like reboot into Sailor Moon into Dragon Ball Z. That was a good lineup.
It really was. I remember getting home at like 3 o'clock and watching Code Lyoko. That's what they would always start it with, Code Lyoko.
Code Lyoko was a good one.
And then they knew, okay, the kids are getting home. We'll put on Dragon Ball Z. We'll give them what they want, and it was always a new episode to me.
Yeah,
no reruns, man.
But you remember? What were you saying?
Go ahead. I was gonna say I don't really.
Oh, go ahead. You
go. Really?
You got to go ahead.
All right, I'm going. I was gonna say I only like the '90s animes, really, for the most part. That animation style. Like maybe it's the nostalgia.
That's crazy because I hate '90s anime, man.
I know you do. Yeah, it's so good. I just like that hand drawn.
Yeah, I mean, I like the old school stuff in pretty much all facets of life in terms of like TCGs. Don't give me this new AI inspired too digital. Give me the old school hand paint. I need it. It's just something to it. But what was it? I'm trying to think. I think Dragon Ball Z. I remember whenever Goku, like once he tried to get off the planet Namek, and it was like that huge lull in between episodes, and you just like didn't know what to do with yourself until the new season came out. And by that time, you didn't have I don't think broadband internet was just widely available, so you couldn't like go to Japan or like listen in on Japan, like the mangas, or get those imported over or anything like that. So you were just kind of like sitting there waiting idly just for what's going to happen to Goku.
Yeah, I mean it's true.
Yeah, you'd kind of have to wait.
Well, you didn't have no other choice.
Yeah. There was forums.
You had Garlic Jr. You had the Garlic Jr. saga, but that was trash. Well, it was good, but it was trash.
Garlic Jr. Yeah, he must have been Italian.
Gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be, man.
I don't know. Yeah, these kids nowadays, they just got that Crunchyroll, paying $1 million, like using their parents' credit card. I don't know with all these streaming services either. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like, I'm tempted to go back to sailing the high seas.
Oh, you gonna be a pirate though? Okay.
No, I'm tempted.
Man, I'm not. Forget all that.
I think conveniency beats it just a tad bit, and I'm also a little bit more keen on like not having somebody like try to give my computer AIDS, just because I did that so many times with pirate and stuff.
All it takes is one. All it takes is one bad time.
The family gateway acting up.
Yeah, you're like, what's going on? Why is it popping keep going on the screen, Easton? I don't know, Mom.
I was just on there playing cool math for kids, man.
Yeah. cool math, man.
What was it? Bonus.com? Was it bonus?
Yeah,
Did y'all ever play?
bonus.
The
Yeah,
bonus was good.
Browns. Man, I don't even know. We got off on this weird tangent, but
We did.
that's cool. Yeah, yeah. So
That's
I mean,
good.
I guess speaking of conventions, though, we got Dallas CollectaCon coming up, right?
Get them.
Yeah.
The Giddm will be in full effect at Dallas
Mhm.
CollectaCon. Back to our old stomping grounds.
The roots.
Back to using your CollectaCon badge from 2 years ago to get you in the door. Never pay.
Man,
Just wear a Metazoo shirt. They'll let you in.
so like I guess general roll call. I think Kurt and I are going. I don't know if Easton's gonna make it. I mean,
What what's the date on it?
It's
When is it?
it's Father's Day weekend.
Okay, I can
Oh.
pull that. I can pull that.
It's June 14th
Oh,
and 15th.
Ed might be out. Kate might have you wrapped up in
Yeah.
a whole bunch of festivities.
well, what day is Father's Day? Is it a Sunday?
15th, yeah. That's Sunday.
I mean, I could swing Saturday for sure.
Yeah. Who's really going back on the 15th if Metazoo's going to keep drag assing and letting these people host their own grassroots tournaments yet again for free.
I'm tempted. We should figure out if we don't get like a Meta 2 tournament that's like seems like something that we would want to go play in. I mean, I'd play in it even if it was a community one, but we should see about doing a Meta 1 tournament. That would be hilarious.
We definitely
and then
could.
I've got prizing to give away. I got plenty of booster boxes.
I got plenty of
yeah.
Straight wilderness, my boy.
Yeah, we got y'all covered.
I mean, they just had a CollectaCon this past weekend? The weekend before
last week, Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando last weekend. We saw, like I said, yet again, another grassroots tournament put on by Smoke Squad and
Shout out to them.
Yeah, I mean they're doing it. I don't know why, but they're doing it. But good for them,
game. For the love of the game.
That's right. Because it literally is nothing else other than the love of the game. But I liked the cool little graphic that was drawn of a sewer gator, and that I was a big fan of that. I was not a big fan of the idea of trophy cards just being, and we all love Jet, but just drawing a first place trophy on a promo. Ooh. I mean,
that ain't it, bro.
Not what I was really thinking of whenever I heard trophy cards.
It was like card with trophy drawn.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It was card with trophy. Technically, I could have got that same promo, paid Jet $55, and had her draw that same first place trophy on it.
Sure.
If I wanted to, right?
I mean, yeah.
I think it's commendable for the creativity, how they've organized and created these trophy cards. I think hopefully it does something to, I guess, edify or even expand the current, fan base or even player base. I don't know what the numbers were. Do any of you all know what the numbers were on it?
I don't. I need to see if I can find those. I mean, it can't.
Yeah, I didn't look it up, but it was about the same size, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough right now because some people. I personally don't hear the buzz like I did, or even with the hype of the new set. I saw that it looks cool. I mean, Loveland being there, the introduction of water. And I don't know if we're moving into that, but I'm trying to wait and see if there's going to be more buzz around what's going on, especially because the competitiveness to get people going into that pipeline, you need a buzz, a reason for people to like stop playing what they're playing currently or we're playing currently to either get back from Meta 1 into Meta 2 or stop playing Lorcana or One Piece or Magic or Fab and get into this game.
I just don't know what it is, man. I'm just like, it's kind of weird because it could just be me, right? Like I'm just not in tune with what's going on right now, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of interest in anybody actually playing it. and maybe it's because I'm not in like the Caster Cup Discord or whatever that thing is, but certainly not from the main. I'm not really getting much of that vibe. But you know, it is what it is. I know people are like kind of chatted up in that gameplay chat a little bit, but I remember it's just so hard to gauge, right? Because so much of this company isn't about like focusing on their Discord like the first one was. But I definitely remember like Meta 1 days, I would be hanging out in the Metazoo main Discord playing, like looking to pick up game people on TTS, which is kind of what you want. Instead of having like these offshoot Discords for people to play in, you kind of want the games to be hosted in your Discord, or even the engagements Meta 1 did, the company, like they had remember the Metazoo hour or whatever it was, like Metazoo University with like Mendel and
yeah,
they would invite people into the Discord and they'd teach them how to play over TTS. I thought that was like actually brilliant.
Yeah,
I mean, it's great onboarding. I mean, that's the biggest thing now is you need to start getting. You need to organically onboard more people, and that's not happening per se right now. I mean, Smoke Squad is helping that by having events and stuff like that, as well as HQ, because they're having learner plays. But you have to have more ways of onboarding them and onboarding whoever you have in your Discord as well.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I even tried to revive instead of Metazoo University. You know, I did Metazoologist Hour, where I had
that's right.
submit questions, and it was a way for at least the judges to kind of get to know each other a little bit better, or if they had questions from their locals or just hard stuff that they wanted answers to. You know, I did that for a couple of months for the company. Didn't get paid or anything, but you know, did it, and it was nice. I thought it really brought that engagement in and kind of reeled that in. And again, it's weird that we're not seeing as much of that, but I mean, it's all a plan, right? Surely they can't sustain off of just the same 300 people that bought Metazoo, you know, the old Metazoo in its final days, right? Like, surely, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That's the thing. Well, I guess we'll find out. Like, if they were pressed, do you think if they really were pressed, they probably would have just like leaned into it by now, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
but
I mean, they would have done. If they were really pressed, they would have done something drastic by now. They'd be like, "Hey, we're going to do a massive tournament, or we're going to have these crazy promos that you can only buy from here." Like, they would have done something.
Well, they did that with the convention packs, but I think I know what you're saying though, right? Like, just not.
To be fair, I honestly think that the convention packs are a lot more conventional. Like, I think that is a good idea. It gets people, even especially if you're a new person, it gets you to where you're like having exposure to a wide range of cards or different flavors, as well as like getting to meet people potentially. I think that's actually, I don't think it's necessarily like a wild, far-fetched type of marketing plan that they.
I don't think it works as well as. I think you need to give, or maybe they do. Do they give them away at all for free?
I was just about to ask that. Like, is the first one free, kid? Like, do they give you that first bump for free, or?
Yeah,
I thought it was that way, but I didn't go, so I don't know for sure. But I thought it wasn't like you buy them. I think that you can, but I think the first one is like you get a pack and then you're supposed to trade for them. But if you have to pay for them, then I mean, go ahead and get your money. But
well, you certainly have to pay for them. Like, maybe not the first one, right? Or maybe it's like on the wheel, the fucking wheel. Maybe it's on the wheel that you get a free one. Like, what? I don't know. You know, I don't like the wheel.
I hate the wheel, bro. I hate the wheel. You already know how I feel about that, though.
We just, as a consensus, give up on the wheel. Man, just put the wheel. I just want the wheel to be all blanks except for Poncho Box. And then everything else that's on the wheel, I just want to be given that at certain intervals of the day.
And I don't know what it is. I feel like there was a pretty consistent vocal outcry about doing that custom art box, like one per case. I don't know if y'all are up with this news, but I guess the new set's called Torrential Tides.
Torrential River.
Yeah, it's got all the water cards.
It's got Frogman with titties. We love that one.
Yeah, it got some bibblies, but you know the thing is, I thought was weird is just like I kind of felt like consistently everybody just did not like having that custom art box, and
The chase
this,
box, yeah.
to some extent, I wish they would have just said, yeah, we're not doing that again. Instead, we'll do like box toppers or something, and that
Yeah.
actually would have made the base set cases more desirable, because base set would be the only one that has the poncho, you know, whatever box hit to it. So maybe then you're incentivized. But by doing it back to back, it feels kind of like I don't want to say
It's no
scummy.
point.
It's not scummy, but it's just like it
Borderline.
seems it's just borderline, right? Like if you want, in what world should people be buying a case like that? Like I understand the marketing behind, or like the financial drive, right? You want people to buy cases, but like that is not scalable or sustainable or like feels good energetically to anybody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm anti that, you know, custom art box, because there's no reason for any, unless you buy a case straight up, there's no reason for the distro or whoever you're buying it from to be honest with you and be like, hey, out of no, they're gonna pocket it. Every person that I know who's gotten a box outside of the people who want it on a wheel have gotten it because they were like distro or anything like that. So I'm not opposed to it. I know that people do things by the book, but I have a hard time feeling like anybody would really get one of those boxes without, you know, some type of like shady stuff happened on the back end where they opened up the case. Oh, I bought 6 boxes, but in the first 6, the alternate art boxes in there. Oh, I'll just pocket that and then give them the other 6.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like we've already, I know we've been clear on how we feel about it. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm hard pressed to find anybody that really did like that outside of for maybe like the weird, I don't even know how you qualify these folks. They're like distro slash, they're like these weird small store distros that are just, or not distros, but like retailers that are just streamers, I guess, right? Like
Ripper shippers.
online LGSs. I don't know.
Yeah, we call them backpack vendors.
Okay, backpack vendors, but they don't even go to events to vend though. That's the
right.
thing.
That's just that's the old. I mean, it's literally what they are. It's online. Right?
I would almost be okay with that, right? Like, okay, at least they show up to like events and get people singles they need to play the game. Like, that's cool. But this is just purely like, oh yeah, we don't have any overhead of an actual business. You just, and then we'll crack all the boxes, keep the most expensive one to ourselves, and then whatever. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
We can complain about that till the cows come home for sure.
Yeah, but I mostly wasn't impressed that they ran it back. That's it.
Yeah, I definitely think box toppers would have been the better solution to keep your prices up for your boxes. But hey, you know what? I can only imagine that all of this was already pre-planned. You know, from the start. So I don't. Even if they wanted to change it, I'm sure everything has already been finalized for at least probably the first couple, at least this set and the next set, right? So even if there was something that was going to happen like that, then I think that there's not much that they can do to change it. But you know, it is what it is. Again, still happy to see Metazoo. Just wish I could play it in some capacity. We've kind of, unfortunately, ran our course of playing it, even at like the highest level. We, with no organized play, there's not really no game stores that want to pick it up to run grassroots organized play. There's not really much reason for us to do it.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I can only say so many times like, oh, it's fun to play, and it's like, yeah, it is, but like there's a lot of things there's a lot of fun games to play too, right? And right now I think we're playing Sorcery. I know me to maybe of a lesser competitive extent, but it's primarily driven by the fact that they have this whole OP program, right? Like I actually think it's fun to work towards it. Even if I'm not going to Gen Con to compete, it's fun for me, I enjoy knowing that the time that I'm spending playing, even if it is
Kind of means something, right? Like
Yeah.
the reps that you're getting in matter.
Yeah, I'm learning the game. I can apply it to something down the road if I choose to go to that event and compete. Whereas for everything else, even with Yugioh, right? Like, it's by and large like a dead vintage format, but I could still go to a YCS and play a side event and win something cool, right? Like, I don't know.
Or even like a locals here in DFW. You know, and play that and utilize those cards.
And you still get the tournament packs.
I do have a report. There were 9 casters at the Orlando CollectaCon Metazoo tournament. 9 players. So that was what, 5 less than the first one that they did?
Yeah. I was gonna say probably Texas has the most concentration of old Metazoo players combined with potentially new, and it's a lot more people. So, okay, all right. Orlando's a little further off.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, they should host an event, right? But I don't know if they will. And if they do, cool. If they do, I'll show up and play. If they don't, then it's whatever.
We'll show up and hand out Giddm promotional merchandise, and
we do have some cool promos to give out to people.
Ooh. Maybe you can spoil. Maybe not leak all of it. Maybe like leak the bottom. The cool part about it.
I mean, we did the box on the last episode, but
we did. I don't want to show them all of it. Fuck it. Show them all of it. Let's see it.
Okay. Yeah, we got well, okay, you talk for a bit. Let me find the box. It's somewhere by my desk.
Okay, I can do that. Guys, Destined Rivals came out. New Magikarp in the set. Misty's Magikarp is in the set.
That's cool.
Please send all Misty's Magikarps to me. If you see me at Dallas CollectaCon, please bring me your Misty's Magikarps. Thank you.
How much is it worth?
This Magikarp is not worth the card stock it is printed on. And that's why you should give them to me.
Makes sense.
Destined Rivals was cool. I made some quick Team Rocket bucks and enjoyed that. Very funny story. I sold my SKUs that I bought at MSRP to a card shop because they did not get allocated any inventory. So I sold them to a card shop for scalper prices, which I have no problem doing.
All right. So fan of the podcast, the legend Camel Jr. has
shout out to Camel Jr.
Has essentially fronted us some special promos, custom promos to give out at Dallas CollectaCon. So if you see us, if you see Kurt, you see me, you see Easton, ask us about these Giddm Games promos. Or not, I wouldn't say they're Giddm Games. I don't know. We're calling them Giddm Games promos. Why not,
man. Right? Listen, dude, you don't ask us. You just got to hit us with a stacking the deck.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to say, hey, man, I heard that you were stacking the deck. And then once we get to that third one, we produce a promo out of our bag to give to you.
Should I give more details about the promo? They're not just like regular cards. They're custom cards. So we'll leave it at that, right? That's interesting enough, right? They are custom cards. They are custom Metazoo cards.
Custom Metazoo cards. Ooh, yeah. You guys will enjoy them for sure. Definitely will be using them as your priority marker in Metazoo 2.0.
Yep.
You'd be crazy not to use it as the priority passer. So, and you're going to love it so much that you will want to show the Metazoo booth your Giddm promo.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Probably even get it signed. So
yeah.
I'm just saying it's chef's kiss.
Here, let's see who did the art for this one. I hope it was Afton.
Yeah, who was the artist for that one?
But we'll tease the artist too. It was Afton. that makes it even better.
Perfect.
Yeah. So holler at us. We'll get you a little something nice. We also have Giddm dice. I can give out some dice too, right?
We got some
maybe.
Giddm dice. You know,
Yeah.
definitely
We have all kinds of merch.
if you're wearing Giddm merch, if you've purchased some Giddm merch, I will go to the nearest food court stand and purchase you a convention hot dog. Just as our thanks. You know, it's that hot dog's probably going to cost more than the shirt that you purchased, but it's just a way for us to show our support. If we see you at the bar after hours, you know, I will buy you a beer. One Giddm shirt equals one free adult beverage.
Yeah.
If you see me in the streets on Dallas CollectaCon weekend, I will honor that personally. Now, I don't know about these other two broke boys, but
No, I'll honor it. I'll honor it. Listen, yeah, if y'all want some Giddm merch, you buy some, and you're wearing it, you best believe I will buy you a beer. All right.
I got you a beer for sure.
He'll buy you a Keystone Light.
Yeah, it might be a Keystone Light, but listen.
Nah, we'll give him a Miller.
Miller for sure. I drink Miller. This podcast is sponsored by Miller Lite. All right. Yeah, we'll do a quick screen share here. Here we go. Here's our shop. All right, some Giddm merch in here. Get yourself a dad hat. We love the dad hats. It's gonna be Father's Day. Get yourself a dad hat.
Perfect gift for yourself.
Dads love hats.
Yeah, that's right. Like here, boom.
Look at that.
Oh, I think some of our prices got hit with the tariff. So $31. $31. Don't be scared off by that. That might be just like the 5XL. Yeah, that's the 5XL.
Okay, well, you know, and that's okay for our larger viewers. Don't worry.
But get yourself a little Pokemon, Metazoo, and Yu-Gi-Oh action there, and then you're just gonna get it's just Metazoo and Yu-Gi-Oh on this other one right here. So that's what you get.
That one not hit by the tariffs. So
less tariffed for sure.
Less tariffed for sure.
Yeah, it's tariff light on that one. All right. So yeah, the CollectaCon. Look out for us. We might do Meta one tournament. We might not. We'll give out promos though, and we'll drink with you. So that's almost as good.
We got to play in the Meta 2 tournament, and then if they win, they get one of the promo cards.
I don't know if it'll be a Meta 2 turn.
Look at this guy trying to hit us with the Caster Society beat Easton, win a promo. Yeah, dude.
Dude, the tried and true method. Everybody that played me brought their A game.
Beat Easton.
Yeah, I'm doing better than Easton.
That was the craziest tournament ever. I'm doing better than Easton.
Oh my gosh!
To speak to coming back to our sorcery talk about sorcery organized play. As you mentioned, you know, I've been trying to get you into it a little more. Playing
it's so fun. It's
playing the meta, enjoying the meta decks. Myself and I guess you would say my team of 1 to 2 other people. We've been testing for Gen Con to play. They did also announce their cornerstones, which are their store championships. They announced the list of all of the stores that got a store championship. The store that I play locals at did not get selected. There were only 3 stores in the state of Texas that got selected for a store championship. I think there's one in Austin.
Yes.
I know there's one in Denton. There's one in Conroe, and I want to say that it's the last one's in Austin.
Yes.
So there are 3.
Let me complain. Can I complain yet or no?
Yeah, speak your piece, brother.
Bro, why? What's with these freaking Bush League little ban lists with this? Like, it's not even officially banned by the company. The store just chose to ban the store that I wanted to go play and ban the avatar or whatever that I wanted to play as. I mean, what gives? I mean, that's some. Listen, y'all. Listen. The deal is, if the company bans it, that's fine. And if you want to ban, like, if you want to do a soft ban for a locals event, that's cool. But I mean, this is pretty close to like officially. This is an officially sanctioned event, right?
This is, yes, correct.
Yeah, so that drives me crazy. I hate that. I really do. There's a big part of me.
Correction. Sorry, the last tournament is not in Austin. It's in Midland, Texas. I don't know where that is.
That is middle of nowhere, brother.
You might as well go to freaking Roswell, New Mexico. What are we talking about?
It is in Midland, Texas.
Bro,
That is so
that's the
dumb.
middle
All
of
right.
nowhere.
Well, they might have
Yeah.
they might have woken me up a little bit if it was Austin, but nope. Golly, Midland.
Hey, guy. It's Midland. There's one tournament in Oklahoma. We love seeing that. Love seeing that. But
Casino tournament.
I'm saying, I mean, it's definitely going to be part of my itinerary if I go to that one. But yeah, we've been practicing for that, mainly practicing for Gen Con. Because this is sort of their like, okay, guys, we heard you. We're bringing out organized play now because those last store kits were a flop and no one liked them and it didn't bring any new players into the game. But it's been good. Sorcery is still very fun. Still a great game. They just need to do a little bit better in supporting said game.
Yeah, I mean that's why I stopped engaging with it. I didn't buy Arthurian Legends because I just didn't see a reason to play. Like, again, it's fun to play from like a casual level if somebody brings a deck or sealed decks, right? Like if they brought sealed decks back, I probably would have just bought that to play as like a board game type product. But I'm not going to be brewing for Constructed if there's not an actual OP scene for me to show up to. It's just not going to happen.
Exactly. So, we're on the lookout for that. We do love sorcery. I also played in a Flesh and Blood pre-release today. Their new set came out. High Seas. It's pirates. We love pirates.
That's cool.
It's,
Yeah.
I wish they got a Davy Jones named Gravy Bones. That's what they got. They got Gravy Bones, the pirate necromancer. So
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds a little sexual.
They got Gravy Boner, the pirate necromancer. But no, it was a lot of fun. That was at my local game store that I typically go to. Hit the nuts in my pre-release as far as the EV was concerned. So we're happy about that. And I won 2 of my 3 matches. So big pog on that. We did great. I don't really play Flesh and Blood all too often, only whenever I want to break from sorcery. Will I dabble, or if the person that I test sorcery with, if they're like, "Hey, I built you this deck, play it." All right,
That's me. Yeah.
All right, boss. But no, it was a good use of the afternoon.
Yeah. So I like games. I'll play. Sure.
Nationals is coming up soon for Flesh and Blood. They really made it out, right? People would look to Metazoo, OG Metazoo, as making it out of that Kickstarter era, but Flesh and Blood truly has made it out.
Yeah, they were in the trenches for a bit. Not gonna lie, but
they were. Now they're worried about allocation. They got big TCG problems. No more little TCG problems. They got big TCG problems. So
see, that's what happens when you take care of your competitor base.
Crazy, huh? I remember arguing with so many people when Metazoo closed that they're like, "Yeah, the players were the problem." I'm like, "What the hell?"
The players are the only thing keeping alive for the last year. What the fuck are you talking about?
The people who were paying hundreds of dollars for these cards were not collectors, bro. Let me tell you. Maybe the promos, right? But what is it? The Fusion Auras. The collectors weren't buying up Fusion Auras for $200 to go put in their binder. It was because you needed it to play the damn game.
Yeah. But what other we got? Obscurids launched their Kickstarter. We gonna talk about
that?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, they're halfway there through their goal. That's pretty good. A lot of good momentum the first day. That's typically what you see of a Kickstarter, but we'll see where they land. I think it's going to be really exciting to actually get some games in person. They have a beta box, so we should make a video here soon.
For sure.
That'd be fun to do. But it's Cryptic Commander. What's not to like, really? And
the funny thing is my partner, she's on Kickstarter a lot looking for like indie tabletops and stuff, and that was at the top of the Kickstarter list for that like tabletop genre. So she even knew about it without me having to like pitch it to her. She was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that. It was up at the top of the tabletop list for like Kickstarters that you should look at." So it's there. It's got the reach.
Yeah, I did back it. So that's that's the
it's like their marketing. Whoever's doing their marketing is doing
oh
phenomenal.
yeah, I know. Shout out, big time shout out for sure.
But they've done good, especially with like their promotional material and stuff. They've got some pretty big names that demoed the game for them, made videos for it. So it's legitimate. At least I think it's legitimate. So I would encourage everyone to give it a look. Pick up a box, if nothing else. Pick up a what was I going to say? Like a play box, a plug and play box. You can buy it just right off rip, and you have all the decks that you need to play a game with 4 people. So what more could you ask out of that? It's the pure tabletop experience. So
who would have thunk it? A game based around illegitimate creatures and folklore has turned into a legitimate, area or vertical where you can create card games out of. Because it seems like a lot of crypto-based games are coming out based off of these illegitimate monsters.
It is true.
Yeah, I mean, people love this stuff, right? The problem is just like it still goes back to supporting a player base, right? Like that's what I like Obscures from a launch standpoint. Is they're launching with a play product, and to me, getting people to play your game is it's critical, right? Like otherwise, it's just there's only 2 aspects left of that TCG, right? It's either you're trying to make money off it, which is only lasts so long, right?
Right.
The flipper, the monetary aspect, and then the collector aspect, which it can only carry you so far as a collector because you haven't really given people a lot to care about from a new product perspective, right? Usually, things are really only collectible until you're several sets out to the point where it's like, oh, I want to collect this thing because it's rare or whatever. Like I like it. At least that's my idea behind it. So yeah, go ahead, give it a look, see if it's your thing. If not, that's cool too. Let's see what else here. Cryptic Camp's releasing their second Kickstarter, so that's interesting.
What happened to no Kickstarter?
Their first one? Oh yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. We'll have to report on that.
Yeah, let's get.
I do like the idea of them doing an SCP set. That for me, Metazoo not doing SCP was a big loss. That really bummed me out. And then I don't know. I guess the SCP. I knew nothing about it prior to Metazoo, but after looking at what some of that stuff was, I thought it was really cool. So
yeah,
just curious to see where that goes.
Yeah. It'll be all right. And I guess it's understandable, built off the backs of Bayaya. You don't know where them tariffs are going to be, so
yeah,
it definitely makes sense how
war chest ready.
Try and pre-sell it a little bit, right? So
you just don't know where any of this stuff's going to land at this point. It's really weird. Just like, are we getting stuff from China today? No, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is,
Yeah. I don't know.
You backing them too, man?
What's that?
You buy Yayan back in Cryptic Camp as well?
I actually will. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I didn't do it the first go around just because I was like, I don't know if they'll even deliver or whatever. It was one of those things. Like I always get spooked because when you go to check out at Kickstarter, they give you this like really grim message, right? Like, oh, by backing this, you might actually get nothing. And I'm like, oh, I hate reading that. But
oh yeah, yeah. Nothing that you back is guaranteed. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, that every time I've done that for so many Kickstarters. I was that close to backing, and I read that message, and I just go, you know what? I'll wait. But I think the fact since like they have launched a product in the past, that makes me feel a little bit better. But a complete non-starter typically is like, oh, these guys have never done something. I can vouch for Obscures, at least in that, like, I know the founder, I know the people behind it. Like, they're going to put out a product, so I'm okay putting money towards it. But for the most part, I totally get people that just like look at this stuff and they go, I don't know. I don't want to get ripped off.
I mean, I think you saw that a lot of that with the like right after everybody got burned by Metazoo, but I think that people are like, I won't say wising up because I think that they were wiser back then, but at least they're smart. They've smartened up a little bit and they understand like just the general economics and even some of the ideas behind some of these Kickstarters. Like you can't. This isn't the days of where you can just flip them. You need to like know the fundamentals of like who's creating the game. Do you even really like the game? Because it's not like the olden days where you can make a turn a profit every time.
Oh yeah, you gotta. So basically, the way I'm looking at something like Obscurids too is just like, would I just play it as a game, right? Like if the game, say they never made another product, do I have a standalone game that I could open up the box and go play and have fun? And to me, that's a big part of it. Like even with old Metazoo, even with it being a dead game, it's still a game. You can still play it. That's a big component for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. But it's good stuff. We love it.
Yeah. But yeah, Sorcery's hot on my mind right now from a play standpoint. I really want to get after playtesting some more. I am salty today. I'll just probably get over it and maybe still go to that event and play a different deck. But I'll be damned if I don't moan about it just to make sure that everybody hears how I truly feel.
Hey, and that's okay.
I'm a gamer in that regard.
A gamer at heart.
Yeah, that's right.
Not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah. Yep, that's me. That's me. I'm a moan and bitch and complain.
Did you guys happen to see that GameStop was live on Whatnot?
Walmart has
Oh, that's an interesting conversation too, because GameStop has they have come out and said like they're trying to be a game store, card store now.
Yeah. So I randomly got pushed it from the Whatnot app saying like GameStop is now live, and I was like, what is this, another Caster Society rebranding? What's going on? And I check, and no, it's a GameStop account. It was people that weren't GameStop employees, but they were set up in a GameStop that has converted. And maybe we'll have to do a deeper dive into this on next week's episode. But it was a GameStop that was sort of half converted into a card store. Like they were set up in front of a singles case with sealed product, and it was insane. And they were running like auctions for Destined Rivals Pokemon cards, the new Pokemon set that came out. So it was interesting to see. I was like, huh. That's
crazy.
Something.
all these retailers are getting into like live auctions because Walmart is doing that too.
That's crazy. Everything. So we're gonna just revolve around like a gambling-based society for everything, like auction for your eggs, right? You're at checkout, and it's just a bidding process. Like whoever bids the most gets to check out first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or okay, you have your cart of groceries there. It's either going to cost you what you want, or it could cost you nothing, or it could cost you double.
I know that.
What
I know
do
we're
you
here to
think?
talk about. I know we're here to talk about games and stuff like that. But, God, like I just picture us living in a society where, since everything exists in a database and it's all digitally driven, could you imagine like you're in the store, you pull something off the shelf, you put it in your cart, and it's like it says $1.99. But since market fluctuations like all the time, there's just like some AI behind the scenes that by the time you get to the checkout, it's now like $2.99. And the price changed $1 by the time you got to the checkout.
That is so funny that you mentioned that, because we were talking about that at the Flesh and Blood pre-release today. Because the store that I went to, it was like a one-piece set, and they had people lined up for hours saying that this was going to be the price of the product. And then whenever they open their doors, they tell everyone, hey, we've updated the price of the product to reflect the market. And it's like, well, why the fuck did I just wait 2 hours in the cold to to get this product just for you to change the price. And then we were joking like, oh, with each person that comes and buys a box, the price goes up a little more because, you know, there's less and less of it. You know, supply and demand, baby.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy. It's I hate it.
It's like, oh, I'll have one of those Prismatic Evolution ETBs. All right, that'll be $140. But the last guy just paid $110. Yeah, but we only got one left now, so the price has gone up.
They used to say, the saying was like, what, yesterday's price? Instead it was
It's
like
not today's price.
Yeah, last minute's price ain't now's price.
Last sales price is not today's price.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly a slippery slope to go down, and gosh, I just wish it normalizes. I just wish it would normalize so we could all enjoy our hobby and everyone would print things into oblivion so nothing's worth anything and I can play every card game for super cheap.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like that's where so much of this hobby in general was for a long time. And then, I mean, I guess it was COVID, right? That sort of did it in. And then I've been waiting for that retrade. Like, at some point, right, there's going to be an influx where everybody's just like, this is too much. Where like there's just too much product that exists. Surely that's like the case with something like Destin Rivals over time. Like, I think they're gonna print that into oblivion.
You know, you'd think so, right? You would hope. You would hope that they do that, but it's just
I guess the problem is they have new sets that come along, and at some point that takes up printer space, and it's like, how far back is a company willing to go to reprint? But I guess there's still 151 stuff still hitting shelves too, though, right? I heard that. Yeah,
still hitting Target. People are still buying it in droves. You know, it has not gone down in price. It is.
That's so crazy, dude.
The same price.
So crazy. Yeah. I'd like to crack that one day. That'd be kind of fun. But here's the other. Yeah, I was gonna say, but here's the catch, right? I would never crack it if it was selling for like 3 times the price on the secondary market.
Yeah, you know,
I would just flip it.
I mean, there's really no point, right?
Yeah, you can't crack them. You paid what, $50 for something? You're like, oh, I can sell this for like 120.
Not if it's a fucking slot machine inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe if you know maybe if it was a box of Cheerios and I knew I was getting a box of Cheerios, then maybe I might be inclined to to cracking it open. But whenever I'm paying for the opportunity, ugh.
Yeah, that's like a $50 scratch off right there.
I'm saying.
Back off to the scratch off simulator.
It's crazy.
All right, y'all. Well, that's it. That's all I got. We're gonna get your shirt, get a beer with us at CollectaCon.
Get the merch.
Get the merch. Get your drips up.
Get your drips up.
That's a classic.
Get your drips up. Smack your bitch up. You know the drill.
Yeah, respect somebody too. That would be good.
Yeah. Smack your bitch up respectfully.
With consent.
Yeah, exactly.
Consent.
Always with consent.
Always. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for stacking the deck.
I love how Easton did it despite being at his hyperbolic time chamber, not being on camera. I knew he was doing the hand gesture too.
Yeah.
Well, it has to happen. One of these days, the Giddm gang will get together and we will play in a tournament. We got to have a live version. Yeah.
Dude, hey, Dallas CollectaCon podcast live. Let's do it.
That might be one.
Okay. I know we just did our sign off, but Texas Ted did ask if like we would do a live podcast. He's going to be at Dallas CollectaCon.
Let's do it, dude. It'd be great.
Okay, I could make that happen. It'd be a little chaotic, but
more to come.
All right, y'all. See ya.
All right, see ya.
See ya.